Would you raise your right hand, please?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Is it true, sir, that you have what's been described as an egg-shaped penis? I had hired a psychologist to do a psychological profile on Jeffrey Epstein, what type of person he was, and what would actually get under his skin.
That's an important question.
What
People
made
need to
him
know
tick
that.
was that he was a narcissist. He had
I would
no
have never guessed.
ability to feel empathy
I would have no way.
and saw himself as the master of puppets, so to speak.
No way. Master of puppets.
Sir, one
Well, wait a minute. Oh, apparently that's not true. There aren't any puppets.
witness described your penis oval-shaped and claimed when erect it was thick towards the bottom but was thin and small towards the head portion and called it egg-shaped. Those are not my words, I apologize. But as Mr. Critton has stated, that this is a... I'm willing to continue. I hate to call him back.
Let me go on the record.
He tries at all times to be the master of his domain and in control of his world. As soon as he feels he's out of control, it's unsettling to him.
Complaint filed by Virginia Roberts against you. Isn't it true, sir, that a friend of yours sent you 3 12-year-old females for you to sexually abuse on one of your birthdays?
Form argumentative, harassing, and irrelevant to this lawsuit.
But you're saying that's part of the lawsuit?
Yeah, I'll read it directly.
It was Jeffrey's birthday one.
On one of defendant Epstein's birthdays, a friend of defendant Epstein sent him 3 12-year-old girls from France
Why is he
who
smiling?
spoke no English for defendant to sexually exploit and abuse. After doing so, they were sent back to France the next day. Isn't that true?
Once again, I'm going to move to strike. Irrelevant, argumentative, harassing.
I would like to answer that question. I really would. However, today, my attorneys have told me I have to assert my 5th Amendment, 6th Amendment, and 14th Amendment rights of the U.S. Constitution.
You're invoking your 5th Amendment rights to each of these questions because you know that your answers will incriminate you and you feel that it will result in you being prosecuted for these crimes. Isn't that right?
Objection, argumentative, harassing, and calls for a legal conclusion.
Oh, man. Yeah, those are your rights, you bitch? Yeah, I guess so. Right, guys? Kill himself. I can't believe this guy killed himself for being too innocent. That's what happened, bro. Like, he was so innocent, he had to kill himself.
I would give Trump an F in the last month on his handling of the Epstein case.
True.
Everything they've done has created a giant Streisand effect.
True.
That said, though, he made a point in a Truth Social post yesterday that the Epstein file has been controlled by the Democrats, and only what they want to be known is going to be in the file, just like Russiagate and all the other hoaxes.
Then why didn't they release it?
I had always pointed out that they could delete anything they didn't want to be seen, but what about adding things that they wanted to be seen? FBI reports, not any real evidence, but things that spin it. And that's what Trump said yesterday. So
FBI reports aren't anonymous. You could find the individual people that made the reports and ask them directly under oath.
I'm not in the business of being an apologist for Trump. I've been a major critic. But this has to be investigated. This has to be looked at very, very deeply. I did a big live stream earlier today that is very, very important. We're going to be going over more. And I want to respond to how Trump has fumbled this, but also want to respond to how I think he should handle it, all coming up here today. But this is a big deal. As Bannon said, we could lose 40 seats in the House with this fiasco. This continues.
Shouldn't have done it.
Because unlike the Democrats, we
Shouldn't
have
have done
morals,
it.
and we don't become complicit in cover-ups. But is there a cover-up? What's happening? We're going to figure it all out together as we wargame every single angle of it. Be sure to follow me on the next Alex Jones. Be sure to watch the live stream I just did because it's so incredibly important.
I think he's coping. I do. I think he's coping. I think he's trying to figure out a way that it wasn't Trump. I think the fact is that, like, I don't see the logic that, like, all these FBI reports that happen, like, I mean, it's not like this Epstein shit happened like 100 years ago or 50 years ago, like with MLK or JFK. Like, a lot of the people that were probably involved in it are still alive. Let's go back. I'll see if I can find a few more of these posts here, because I've missed out on a lot of them. Because there's been a whole lot going on. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Is there a list, first of all?
Well, obviously, I can't violate attorney-client privilege. However, I can tell you my experience as a prosecutor and as a defense attorney for 3 decades. I have no client that has ever kept a written log of all the crimes that they've committed, or anyone they've committed them with, or anyone around them has committed.
Then how did you find out who they were working with? Then how do you find accomplices? Baldy is making up. Shut up, Baldy. Like, also, by the way, I've been thinking about this theory a little bit more often, and I'm curious to hear what your opinion is on it. Maybe there isn't an Epstein list made by Epstein. Maybe the Epstein list was... Do you remember how they said that Epstein could have unwillingly been an intelligence asset? What if the Epstein list was actually compiled by a foreign power? And Epstein just kind of either let it happen, didn't care that it happened, or didn't know that it was happening. Which country? No idea. Not even a guess. I don't even have a single guess.
It just doesn't happen. So for someone as intelligent, somehow or another, Jeffrey Epstein made a lot of money. So there's got to be a degree of intelligence there. I don't think...
Not necessarily. I mean, yes, in a way, but no.
He's committing crimes. I don't think he's putting a list together. I don't think there's a list that exists. And look, let's face it. You want me to put the cards on the table? Ghislaine Maxwell's 20 years in prison. She's the only person who was even charged. She was never even mentioned when they first charged Jeffrey Epstein. But once he's dead, well, now what are they going to do? They spent millions of dollars on this whole investigation. All of a sudden, for the first time after he's dead, her name comes up. They charge her. They throw everything they have on her. If she had something, look, Sammy the Bull Gravato testified against John Gotti and put the biggest mobster in jail ever. If there was something that was there that could save someone's life, I think that person would take it into consideration. But maybe...
So you're making an appeal to moral authority for a person that was put in jail for 20 years for child sex trafficking? Are you kidding me? Baldy really doesn't know what the hell he's doing, man. He doesn't know what the fuck. He doesn't know what the fuck. This is crazy.
There's nothing there. And a podcaster at the time made a big deal and made a huge name for himself by making assumptions that just weren't accurate.
My issue...
Man, shut the fuck up. Man, shut the fuck up. Like, can you please explain why they won't release the list after talking about it for so long? I don't know why they won't. Which podcaster? I don't know. Probably talking about Joe Rogan, right? I mean, like, he who will not be named, right? They don't want to say his name because it gives him power. I don't know. Maybe it could be Dan Bongino himself. And so Alex Jones, yeah, it could be that too. And so it won't release the list because it's tied to alien abductions? Okay. So if there's no evidence to charge anyone, why is Ghislaine Maxwell in prison? Because she was the one that trafficked to Jeffrey Epstein. This is such a stupid line of argumentation. And anyway, let's see here where the rest of this. Arguably the most let them eat cake. No criminal ever keeps a written record of their own crimes. That is the entire basis of blackmail. Yeah, this is insane. Like, obviously people do this. And also, just because they don't keep a written record where they say, oh, on this Tuesday we did this thing, it doesn't mean that you can't corroborate that. Like, how do you find accomplices with any crime? Do you find them in a list? No. You look at corroborating evidence and you make a conclusion based off of that. What a bunch of fucking bullshit. What a lying baldy. This is amazing. I can't believe this. Oh my God. They keep a video record, not a written record? Yes. This is so dumb. Hitler is on the list? You think so? Maybe you're right. Let's see if I can find this here. But, oh, here's another one.
I tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why the...
So, why is this guy not being brought in front of Congress to testify of what this is under oath? Why is it that he said this and now he can't say legally? He didn't attorney-client privilege.
Being suppressed, I know who's suppressing them, but I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't disclose what I know. But I hand to God, I know the names of people whose files are being...
Yeah, his client's dead, right? I mean, like, he was Epstein's lawyer. What the fuck?
Being suppressed in order to protect them, and that's wrong.
Just out of curiosity, without names, are these politicians, business leaders?
He's going to say all the above.
They're everything.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, a lot of them are, at least one of them is somebody who was accused. Others are accusers. And the judges have said, if somebody calls themselves a victim, we're not going to give any information about them, but they may not be victims.
Two different judges won't allow the information to be released? You tell me the president can't figure that out? You telling me they can't figure that out? They control all three branches of government, but they can't figure out how to get this information? Oh, bro, I don't think I believe that. I really just don't think I believe that, bro. Like,
They may be perpetrators. So we don't have information about false accusers. And we know there have been many false accusers who have accused innocent people for money. And those records are being deliberately, willfully suppressed. And they shouldn't be suppressed. If the accusation is allowed out, so should the material that diminishes the credibility of the accuser. We want total transparency on this. Every single document, no redaction.
That's right.
That's what I've said from day one. I waive any of my rights to privacy.
Yeah.
Anything there is about me, I'm happy because it will be exculpatory, because I know I haven't touched a woman other than my wife from the day I met Jeffrey Epstein. I don't even hug people. But I was falsely accused, and I was able to prove it, and I was able to prove it through documents, and I want other people to be able to disprove false accusations through documents, but these documents are being suppressed and withheld.
I just, bro, like, I'm saying he says the judge muzzled him. So what happens if he just does it anyway? At a certain point, you are fucking 80-something years old. Just fucking do it anyway, man. Jail? No, I don't believe it. Nope. I don't believe his life would be in danger. Is bullshit. Why are you not accepting of the idea Trump threatened to close the file? Why is it hard for you to understand it? It's simple. They tried 4 times and almost got him 1 time. Trump isn't invincible. Trump's human. What if they threatened his family? Because of the guy in El Salvador. Do you really think that the guy in El Salvador didn't receive more threats than Trump did? He was going up against some of the most bloodthirsty gangs in the entire world, and he put all of them in jail. If somebody's threatening the president of the United States, then maybe he should just have them killed. Problem solved. So if Trump, like, really, I mean, I thought Trump, like, the entire idea, like, I thought to myself, finally, like, I was like, Trump is an absolute fucking unhinged psycho. Thank God. I'm going to, we're going to hopefully elect him, and then maybe something can get done. What the fuck? And I was like, okay, now he's going to bomb Iran in the middle of the night? Yes! Great! This is what I was hoping for. Trump runs the country. Yes, it's insane, man. He let the Ayatollah live? Well, maybe, there's a bigger reason for that. Who's we? You didn't elect shit. Yeah. I voted for him the first time. And hey, by the way, you voted for him? How'd that working out? I fucking idiot. Suck my dick. Oh, yeah, you voted for him? Good job, dumbass. Good job, stupid. How about that? Deep state runs the country? No, it doesn't. The military runs the country. I tell you right now, the people that run the country are the fucking military. Because they're the ones with the guns. And if you go over and you put a gun at somebody and you kill them, now they're dead and you're not. That is the ultimate justice. Those are the people that run everything. Who runs the military? The president does. The president is the commander-in-chief. That is what matters. Some sort of fucking complex bureaucracy? They don't run shit. Monopoly on violence? Yeah, that's crazy. You really don't get it? Oh, right. Oh, I don't get it. Uh-huh. Sure. I think that you're not creative enough. Cartels and mafia around the world for all the money. Tell that to El Salvador. And that guy's doing just fine. That's a bit crass of a take, but I get it. Yes. President has no power? Nope. I don't think so at all. I don't think so. And that's why blackmail is powerful. Well, then kill the people that are blackmailing you. You're the president. If you can't kill people that are blackmailing you as the president, I don't want you to be the president. Straight up. If you can't figure out a way to kill him, Bill Clinton did that. It's a high score take. What do you think every single powerful leader has done in the history of humankind? What do you think that they did? What do you? Yeah, the same thing. Yeah, fight war. Yeah, exactly. It's not a high score attack. Yeah, exactly. I think you're wrong about this. Dead man switch, bro. Bullshit. Oh, bullshit. And yeah, they had some Clintons on their side. Yeah, it's a real world. Actually, it doesn't make it right. I think it does. Destroy your enemies. Yeah, you have to. Strength conquers weakness. The privileged will never understand that. Yeah. And, yeah, wait, Asmongold went to high school? Yeah, unfortunately, they were fucking high schools. I guess so. You aren't black-pilled enough to know who runs the military? The person who runs the military is the person who can tell the military what to do. That's it. That's the bottom line. People like to imagine power is this abstract concept. Power is the ability to execute violence against somebody with no restraint. That's real power. Everything else besides that is working under that direction or working under that directive. If you can kill somebody, you have power over them. Period. There is no greater power than that. And so I don't want to hear about some deep state bullshit, some blackmail bullshit. Nope. Doesn't work. And again, I think El Salvador disproves all of that. And so is Bill Clinton. Look at him. Anyway, let's see here. Victor's right. History? Absolutely. And, yeah, it also acts on its own accord without the president authority as well. Yeah, definitely. Let's see here. The president's just a client to the military? Not if they do what he says. Actually, it's the power to get someone to get someone to kill others for you. Yeah, definitely. And bro's pretending like he doesn't know. No restraint isn't power because you need restraint or you'll destroy yourself. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you guys. I think that a lot of people... This is what I think is really sad. I think a lot of people have been lulled into this idea that the people that you elect into power don't have any power. I think this is a learned helplessness that is pushed forward by conspiracy theorists, and it is an active psyop to make you expect that the people that you elect that have the power to make change don't actually have the power. And it is a collective learned helplessness that enables them to continue doing bad things while simultaneously having you make excuses for them not doing what you want them to do. I think it's bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Lots and lots of questions that have been swirling about Jeffrey Epstein for a long time, for over 10 years, and the government's involvement in it. If there's anybody who could walk in and say, okay, we've resolved all of the questions and there is nothing here, it would be President Trump and his crew. The problem is you can't really do it without giving some explanation, and there has to be some explanation, and I think that's why you have a lot of people still pretty with a lot of very valid questions about it.
You absolutely nailed it. You can defuse this ticking time bomb if you simply get out there, sit down, the AG, get the deputy director, and get the director.
This is not going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's not, people not going to be like, you know what, I'm tired. This is not going to go away.
Himself, put them in front of cameras, have them make a statement, and have them answer questions. We're only talking about 5 or 10 questions. But what this will do is, first of all, restores confidence. Number 2, it answers some of the basics, especially the simple things like, you can't tell me that 1,000 people were hurt and that there are no people out there that we can arrest. You can't tell me that, oh, sorry, we don't have a list. Fine. Don't have...
Fucking based. So fucking based. Exactly. Like, this, it's such bullshit, man. Absolutely. Why did our parents teach us that good always wins? Well, this story isn't over yet, number one. And also, because that's not true. It's not done yet. This isn't the end of it.
Have a list. Tell me who the perpetrators were. Let's depose every single person who might have had a chance to get on that list.
Even Fox is
and might have
saying
been out there at that island, and let's talk to them. Let's find out what happened. You're telling me other videos out there in New Mexico and in the island and in New York, and nobody saw anything? I don't buy it, and that's why they need to get out there and...
Fuck yes, bro. This is exactly the way that I feel. 100% this is how I feel.
Face the fire. Doesn't have to be long, but you have to answer questions to the American people, because absent that, the story won't die, and that's a distraction the president doesn't want.
Of course, and in that True Social that he put out, he talked about all his accomplishments.
Yeah.
And he's saying, why let's not let this overcome. And I think he doesn't want that. I think his supporters don't want that, and I think that's why they want.
No, this is the one thing that people want more than anything else. This is the one thing. Yeah, if you're okay with a cover-up and not impeaching Trump, you should be investigated. Well, I don't know about, like, impeaching him, right? Like, I don't know why the cover-up is happening right now. Like, I mean, obviously, like, is there a chance he should be impeached over this? Yeah, maybe. But, like, I just don't think, like, I feel like that's a little bit too, like, that's too soon.
Just some simple answers.
And of course, he's right about that. I mean,
There's no question.
None of this mars any of the extraordinary accomplishments, and we want to keep going.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, he's defending pedophiles. There's absolutely no reason it justifies that. I could see reasons why you would do it, right? And I get it, but at the same time, oh God, oh geez, this is... Here we go. Well, let's look at a few more of these. Let me go back and it's relevant though. What justification there is there? So, if the justification would be that the information wasn't fully complete, or it wasn't fully verified, or we had people that weren't complying, or because it was partially held by a foreign government that wasn't cooperating, I think that there could be a lot of explanations for why it hasn't come out yet that could make sense. And those are just the first 3 that I could come up with right off the top of my head that would kind of make sense. But that doesn't mean that it's okay.
By admitting that the Epstein files are real and have been written and that you've read them and you don't like their contents and they were written by your enemies, doesn't make...
That's actually a really good fucking point. Why are we giving publicity to files? I thought there weren't any files.
Doesn't make the most compelling case.
Bro, like,
as far as I'm concerned. Holy moly.
Holy moly is right. That's it. Can't even keep his own story consistent. Blaming Obama. Yeah, I know. And the last arrest of Epstein was after Obama was president. Yeah, it was 2007, right?
You're in an uproar off the Epstein list? That's all you've got? It's really, really surprising that this matters. Of course, I think there's a list, but I don't know. I suspect, but I have no knowledge, nor do I care. It's Friday night. I'm giving.
I mean, it's Sunday. It's Sunday, and I still care. Fuck that. I still care, and it's Sunday.
I'm go out and enjoy myself. I'm getting ready to have a nice weekend. I could give a damn about the client.
I don't know. Why is he trying to sweep, bro? Like, why would you try and sweep for this? Like, I don't even understand. But I get that, like, you might not care about it, but, like, is it stupid that other people care about? Like, why?
Client list. This has no effect on me whatsoever. I have a life. I don't understand for the life of me why this matters so much to these. I'm talking about people losing it. They're crying on camera. They're talking about resignations. They're pissed.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Off about everything. I'm like, really? With all the stuff going on in this country, with all the power that you possess because of the cachet and the influence you have because of your connection to this administration, that's why you upset at Trump?
Yeah, because people think he's protecting a global elite pedophile network. I feel like that's kind of a pretty big one. Like, I would say that is probably like a pretty good, like, I would say of all the reasons, if you were to think of a lot of reasons, I would say that this is a pretty big reason. It is. It's a pretty big reason.
I didn't blame.
And also, by the way, here's another thing. He said he was going to do it. What about the fact that he said he was going to do it and now he didn't do it? What's going on with that?
Trump one bit for looking at them and saying, really? That really matters to you? That's really that important? Mm-hmm. Now, maybe.
Yep, it is.
He had a different reason for saying it, trying to be evasive or whatever. I don't know. But I do know this. In the grand scheme of things, it ain't going to affect the lives of over 2 to 300 million Americans.
It can. And so here's the reason why it can. If there's a list and if there is a clientele group that I think is known among high echelons of government and power structures, that list and that information can be weaponized in order to compel people to behave in certain ways that could be against the interests of those 100, 200, 300 million people. So it's not about what the list is fundamentally. Of course, the list is fucking nothing fundamentally, but the problem is what the list implies. It's what the list does. It's what you can do with the list. This is like saying that a bullet doesn't have any power. Well, yeah, you're right, but what if you have a gun? Oh, a gun doesn't have any power. Like, well, yeah, but if you have a bullet, it does. You can't say a gun or a bullet are not dangerous just because they're not combined at the exact time. It's just like I don't know why would he even say this shit? Like, this shit's making an appeal to triviality. Yeah, if it's so, yeah, that's another thing. I hate the appeal to triviality is the most intellectually dishonest thing that somebody can do. If it doesn't matter so much, then why not put it out? If nobody gives a shit this much, then why not put it out? If it's not going to affect anyone, then why not put it out? He's a sportscaster. His opinion on this is irrelevant. Guys, I'm going to be honest. Trump was a real estate agent. What the fuck did J.D. Vance do? Most of the people that are involved in most things, it's not like you need to have a degree in this, bro. Like, they just show up, bro. Yeah, they just show up.
I think we'll be just fine without knowing whether or not there was really a client list.
Yeah.
I think we'll be okay. It's unbelievable that this is a big deal to me. It really is.
Yeah, exactly, right? And people want to see the lists that aren't on it. Yeah, absolutely. And so I think, bro, I can't believe he's doing this. He's saying this bullshit, man. That's dumb as fuck, man. Here we go. Another one right here.
Agree with a special prosecutor has to be an independent special prosecutor has to take over. Do you believe that DOJ and FBI right now, with the guys who are all close to Pam Bondi, Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, do you think they have any credibility left to pursue this?
No, and I'll tell you exactly why, Steve, because
in
2016, we trusted the plan with Trump. But now Trump has become the deep state. The exact thing we voted him in.
Why do you say he's become the deep state?
What is more deep state than covering up for pedophiles? Why would you go to that island?
Yes. Yes.
Why? Tell me, why would you go to that island? Why would you go on the plane?
Agree with
Yeah, he's like, well, that's a good question. Why would you be there? There it is. And yeah, I don't know what the fuck this is. They're competent enough to know that? I know. It's embarrassing, man. And yeah. Why the fuck would you go to that island? Yeah, sir, we want Clinton. I gotta say this. I disliked you. Mostly do a crappy gossip. I clicked your stream 10 minutes ago. I must say, you're not stupid and base for sure. I gotta respect, though. Yeah, welcome to everybody else. Most people that have discovered my stream they've come into my stream and they were like, this is that racist guy from Twitter that wants to kill all the minorities. And then they're watching, they're like, oh, this doesn't seem that bad. Okay, yeah, we can watch this guy. He's all right. And that's it. That's how it happens. Yep, most of my viewers begin by being haters. That's it. I'm very used to this. And oh yeah, oh, let me go back. We'll watch a few more of these here.
First of all, it should have come out a long time ago. Professor Dershowitz wanted it out. And by the way, he is one of the best attorneys in this country. I know him.
That was
I know
old
his
Baldy
wife.
that we were looking at
That's a great
earlier.
family, and they've been dragged through hell on this. I want to know why AG Garland and the Justice Department are so quiet on this tonight. You know, they're out there labeling parents domestic terrorists, yet they're saying nothing about this. And these documents were so slow to come out. Human trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar business in this country, and Jeffrey Epstein is dead, and Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison for 20 years where she belongs. And if people in that report are still fighting to keep their names private, Sean, they have no legal basis to do so.
I agree.
Unless they're a child, a victim, or a cooperating defendant by some chance against some potential case against Ghislaine Maxwell. And I think Mark Garagos, as a great criminal defense attorney, will back that up as well.
Man, that's crazy. I'm literally out of bruh moments. I think I am too.